So let's see. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All the glory and all the honor.
Hey, my goddaughter. How you doing, Stormy?
You deserve. Hello, people. We are listening to JJ Harrison. You deserve it. Let me tell you, this song right here. Oh my goodness, it gets to me every time. I play this actually every morning when I wake up. When I wake up in the morning, I play this song, and it gets my day started because God deserves all the praise, all the honor, because I did not have to be here, and none of us have to be here. So just the fact that he's been so good every day, new mercies, grace, he extends grace to us every day, every second of the day. It's a gift. Grace is a gift, and we don't deserve it. But he deserves all the honor and all the praise.
Adrian.
So I appreciate you guys for listening in. Yes, he deserves it.
Hey, Jamie.
He deserves it. Yes.
I see you, Juanita
Lord.
Bridges. How you doing, cousin?
Yes. I'm just inviting people in, so just give me a minute. Hallelujah belongs to you. My hallelujah belongs. I love this song. You. Hello, Brian. Thank you for tuning in. This is Warriors Talking. We're talking about the 411 on HPV, which is the human papilloma virus. And I have a 2-time cancer survivor here, Shirley Smith, and she's sharing her journey with us. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're listening to JJ Harrison with You Deserve It right now.
Hey,
hello, Tracy. Thank you for tuning in.
Mother.
We're talking about the 411 on HPV. Right now we're listening to commercials, so we'll be back live in less than 1 minute. But I thank you guys for tuning in.
Hey, T.
Okay, we're getting ready to go back live, you guys. This last half hour is gonna go so fast. So anything that you want to get out to the people, just make sure that within this last 25 minutes, because we're gonna end at 7:55.
Okay, I'll say something to the people that are dealing with it.
Okay, this is the last commercial coming up. I have to do my commercials because it's my sponsors and they help me stay live every week. So that's what we're doing right now, you guys.
Hey, Cynthia Marie and Amber Lou. Hey, my little daughter.
All right. We're getting ready to go back live. What's up, GQ? Hi. Did you enjoy your birthday? You are tuned in to Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle here on Urban Broadcast Media. And we are excited because I have a special guest today. Her name is Shirley Smith, two-time cancer survivor. And she is telling us her journey about surviving cervical cancer and also the 411 on HPV. And a lot of us, we were talking about, a lot of us don't even know what HPV is, which is the human papilloma virus. And mainly, many teens and young adults are affected with HPV, don't even know or show the signs and symptoms of being infected, which is part of the reason why it's so easy to transfer HPV from person to person. But it's important to know that any sexually active teens, for them to understand that sexual intercourse is not required to get HPV and to pass it from person to person. Any sort of genitalia, mouth to mouth, with someone who's infected with HPV can actually spread this virus. And I know, Shirley, that you are very serious about sharing this information and spreading awareness, especially when it comes to teens. And as early as 9 years old, your passion is getting it out to the young people, catching them early.
Yes, it is. I want to make sure, especially getting it out here to the parents, because at 9 years old, you think, well, my child is only 9 years old and nothing could happen to them. But something definitely could happen, because you don't know that virus is within your child. So they do have a virus, a shot that can be taken. I want you as parents to go and Google and find out the information and just look into it and see if it's something that you need to use it as a precaution to help save your child from going through some suffering later on, when he gets later on into his later in his 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. You know, it is preventable if you just take the measures to do what it is that you need to do to help save your child. I mean, because some people don't follow through and they do die. Because if you don't follow up and see your doctor regularly and take all the necessary steps and precautions that the doctor asks you to, it does lead to death. And it's a death that doesn't have to happen if you do what it is that you need to do. So please be aware, parents, and if your child is coming to you and asking that, letting you know this is something that they want to do, then be a supporter, because it's just a wonderful thing that they have enough wisdom and knowledge in them that they want to protect themselves from later on down the road of any type of suffering.
Right, and you know, you have to be an advocate for yourself or for your child. So knowing what's going on in your child's life, because sometimes they're too young to really know what things are going on, but keeping up on their appointments as they need to go to the doctor. There are different screenings that they have to do. We go for the different vaccines. As you said, we're taking every other vaccine, but when it comes to this vaccine, because it's so new, that we think that, oh, this is just another vaccine that they're trying to push on us, and really don't know the details of the vaccine. So we're pushing for everyone to get educated on what the vaccine is about. And then once you're educated on it, take the necessary steps to protect your child, so that they won't have to worry about these different strands of HPV.
Which is so true, because I'm pretty sure that had it been available when I was a child, I'm sure my mother would have had all of us taking that vaccine. So, you know, now that you do know and we're making you aware, please take advantage. You know, Google, read, talk to the doctor, get information, and let's go out and save lives and not watch lives just leave us for unnecessarily, if we know that we can prevent anyone from, you know.
Right, exactly. And when you have the knowledge, knowledge is the antidote to fear. So when you have that knowledge, then you know better, then you do better. And we have so many things and so many tools in place that would allow us to do prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Prevention is always better than treatment. And so that's what we want to push. We want to push prevention so that you won't have to have it result into treatment. Because treatment is not always pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on when they find it, it depends on the level of treatment that you're going to have. So we want to push prevention because it's always better than treatment. So just looking at some of the stats, it says 1 out of every 2 sexually active teen females have contracted at least one type of genital HPV infection. Throughout the course of their lives, about 75 to 80% of all males and females in the United States will contract one or more types of HPV. And so some people think, oh no, not me. But if you are sexually active, at some point in time in your life, you will come in contact with HPV. You will, and some of them clear up within 8 months to 2 years. It won't do anything to you. And then some, it actually can develop into high or low risk. It could develop into genital warts, or it can develop into cancer, which is on the high end. So everybody come in contact with HPV at some point in their lifetime if you're sexually active. And some people, let's just clear it up, what does it mean to be sexually active? Because some people thinking, oh, I'm not having intercourse. But if you're having oral sex, you're sexually active. If you're having anal sex, you're sexually active. So anytime you're coming in contact with any type of genitalia, whether it be via your mouth or your private parts, you can have a chance of you getting the HPV virus. And so the purpose of the show is just to make you aware that it is out there, and also to give you the tools that you can use to protect yourself. And so that's the purpose of Shirley being here, 2-time cancer survivor. And I just thank God that you're here to even share your journey. We know that a lot of people don't make it, not even through the first journey. So the fact that you're here on a second journey, you know it had to be nobody but God.
Yes.
So what did it do for your relationship with God? How did it take your faith to another level?
To an extremely high level, because I know that there is no one higher, that I have to depend on him. That my whole being is my faith of knowing and believing that he said what he will do. Mm-hmm. And if I trust and believe in what he says that he will do, then I know that he will do it. And he does, because I'm here. I'm a living witness. I'm a miracle in itself just sitting here, because his word is not void, and he honors what he says.
Yes.
And he came through for me just like he told me would. He said, if you just turn it over, don't worry about it, stop trying to, you can't figure it out, and you definitely can't get rid of it. Just give it to me, and I got this. Yes. And that's what he did. He got it. He took care of it, and I'm here. So I'm blessed. I mean, that's why I praise him. I worship him, and I love him. I love him to the utmost, you know, because I didn't have to be here. And I wanted, and the thing was, at this particular time, this last time when I was going through this with the cervical cancer, my father was also had prostate cancer. Wow. So at that time, and I really just am so grateful and so thankful to my family, because not only were we dealing with my cancer, we were dealing with my father's cancer at the same time. Okay. So and God just made us strong, you know, even though my father passed, but he lived a good life, you know. Wow. It was just for us to be able, for my family to be able to withstand that. Just took a lot, you know. It took a lot, because and I prayed so and said, God, please, whoever you choose to heal, you know, heal somebody, because I just couldn't even imagine my mother going to my father's funeral and going to my funeral at the same time. That was just been too much. It was, you know, so whether it had been me or whether it had been my dad, you know, I wasn't saying, oh, just keep me, because Lord knows I miss my father and I'd love to have him here, you know. But I'm just grateful that God, you know, did what he did, and that's why I sit here today, so that, you know, I can just share my testimony and let everyone know that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you desire, whatever your heart, your dreams and hopes and wishes are, you just put it in God's hands, Don't be, the doctor says one thing, but God is the final. And so whatever he has for your life, that's what it shall be, That's what shall be.
Amen. Wow. Well, I can certainly identify with going through as far as cancer being in your family, because my sister was diagnosed in 2010. She passed at 52. My dad just recently passed. It'll be a year in April he had prostate cancer, and then 2 years after that he had lung cancer, so he passed from lung cancer. And so my sister was the oldest, I'm the baby, and then in between that was my dad. So I'm like, oh Lord, like my mom was the caregiver for my sister. She was then with me, she went to all of my appointments and everything with me, and then my dad got diagnosed after I did, and so to have all of that rest on her, I felt the same way you did, like, Lord, I didn't want to see my mom have to go through all of that. And, you pray, you want everybody to make it. You do. You want everybody to make it. And so I can definitely identify. And we have to make sure that we know that our family history as well. Right. It doesn't matter what type of cancer they get diagnosed with. Just know that if cancer is in your family, that should be something that we should be paying attention to. Yes. And I think sometimes we tend to think, oh, not me. You can tend to think if it's lung cancer, well, I don't smoke, so I won't get it. But it's still cancer in your family. Oh, it's cervical cancer, I'm a man, I won't get it. It's still cancer in your family. So you still should be aware and take notes. And when you go to the doctor, those should be some of the things that you're mentioning when you're at the doctor, that yes, cancer does run in my family. What should I be doing? What kind of screening should I be getting in order to prepare myself for, moving forward? Again, prevention is always better than treatment.
Yes.
Always better than treatment.
Yes.
What kind of words of wisdom, Shirley, being a 2-time cancer survivor, a woman of faith, an advocate, pushing to get the education out to everyone, what kind of words of wisdom would you give people today?
I would say trust your feelings, for one, because like I said, for me, I didn't know. My only symptom was a swollen lip. Anything just unusual that just does not go away. And in your body lets you know from the inside when something is wrong. Pay attention to those symptoms and just go to a doctor and be diagnosed. And it could be nothing, but it could be something so major. And when you are diagnosed, and if a doctor does, I've known people to die because they determined, when the doctor told them you're at stage 2, they already determined that they're at stage 4.
Wow.
And that's it. Whatever stage that you may be at, even if you're at 4, just do what the doctor want you to do in order to save your life, and just be very faithful, and of course it's hard to say, well, don't worry.
Right.
But you cannot worry. You cannot worry. Whenever I got to that point where I thought I might get where I'm just starting to stress, I sang, I played music. I listened to music. I sang, I read, I talked to people. I called someone up, and like my sister Rena said, I never lost my humor. I kept laughing, and and just kept moving and kept doing, and whatever it is, because I like to shop. I like to do a lot of things. I like to go out and eat. I like to do a lot of things. But I also was thinking too as well. Lord, I know that you are not done with me yet.
Amen.
There's things that I want to accomplish. You start thinking about your goals.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you start thinking about your goals, and if you just give up and say, "Well, that's it," then you won't have that determination to complete them. And I said, Lord, I'm a single woman. I haven't even got married yet. You're trying to take me and my husband is waiting on me. Okay, you can't take me yet. So things like that, and I want to travel the world, and places that I want to see, and places I want to go, and you just have to realize that life doesn't stop at the determination of what it is. Life starts in a different direction. You got to start going in a different direction, where you're going in a direction of faith and trust.
I love that.
So just be faithful and read your words. You got your word. Just read it. Just talk to God. I do that now. I just lay in the bed and I talk to God just like you and I are having a conversation. He hears you. He talks back. You don't have to be this, thou, do, and ooh and just talk, And he talks back to you and he gives you answers. And if you want to cry, cry. You want to roll on the floor, roll on the floor. You want to scream, holler, do whatever it is that you think you need to do. But then once you do all that, just calm down and just be at peace because God got you.
Amen. Yeah. Wow. Those are some awesome words of wisdom. Wow. Well, what I can say is know your norms. And Shirley talked about knowing your body. Anything that lasts more than 3 weeks, that's not normal. You should be seeing your doctor. Stop thinking that this is everybody else's disease but you. It's not a female disease. It's a female and a male disease. It says 4 out of 5 people have HPV at some point in their lifetime. So 4 out of 5 people, that's pretty high. That means it affects everybody. We talked about the vaccine. Some people are afraid of the different vaccines that are out here. But this particular vaccine was tested as all the other vaccines was tested, and it is proven that it actually does save your life from getting cervical cancer. So it's important that you get the facts, go to your doctor. If you have kids, talk to them about the HPV and how you can get the information, how they can get, like I said, my daughter was 18. So at that point, I really couldn't say if she could get the shot or not. By the time she came out of the doctor's office, she had already had the shot. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? And the doctor was like, well, she's 18, so you really can't, you don't have the right to say. But we have to make sure that if you are sexually active, if you have ever been sexually active, and like I said, sexually active, whether it be oral, whether it be anal, whether it be through the vagina, any type of sexual contact, at some point in time in your life, you are at risk for HPV. So we need to make sure that we are getting the information that we need to save lives. And that's the purpose of Shirley coming on, so that she can give information to help us save lives. Warriors Talk, we talk about all different types of cancer, not just cancer, but we talk about everything. We talk about diabetes, we talk about high blood pressure. We're all in right now for Gloria for heart disease. So anything that has the potential to snatch you too early, that can be preventable by altering your lifestyle. You have to make this a lifestyle. Living healthy, educating yourself, exercising, knowing your risk, all of that has to become a lifestyle. Like some people say they diet. Don't diet. Make it a lifestyle. Being healthy should be a lifestyle. Educating yourself on what's going on in your family should be a lifestyle, so that you're living this every single day. And it becomes a habit, and we know a habit can be formed in 20 days. So we need to make sure that if you have teenagers that we said start as early as age 9, that you are talking to them and talking to their doctors about HPV. Any type of disease caught early, you have different options. Shirley, did you have any other information you want to give out for the people so that they can stay informed?
I just want to make sure that you please, again, like Rochelle said, talk to the doctors, especially for the young children. I mean, because 9 years old is a young age. We're not saying that your child is sexually active at 9 years old. We're just saying that the virus could be within your child at 9 years old, and it's nothing, you can't look at them and tell if it's there, and they may not never have a symptom that it's there. But please go out and just do your due diligence and Google and talk to the doctor and just follow up, and let's just save some lives, because if you notice, they don't really have, I think I saw maybe a couple of months ago, maybe one commercial on HPV.
Oh,
and
wow.
I haven't seen that commercial since in a long time. So it's not enough awareness out there. And that's what we're trying to do, just bring about awareness and, give you some well knowledge that you need to take with you and just follow through, okay? Please, you all. And I thank everybody for listening and being there for me, and I love you guys. And Mom, I must say I love you, because you've been my trooper, my stronghold. You held me when I cried, held me when I, just, you've been there for me, Mom, and I just wanted you to know that I love you as well as the rest of the family. But I tell you, Mama has been the rock. That's the rock.
That's what I call my mom, the rock. And we thank God for them. Shirley, I thank God for you coming on, sharing your journey and being an advocate, getting this information out to educate people on the 411 on HPV. So thank you so much for sharing your journey. The numbers continue to rise each year for the teens and young adults who are infected with HPV. To cut down some of these numbers, safe sex, frequently HPV screenings, vaccinations is the best measure. So make sure that you are getting those so that we can keep from spreading HPV. Remember, warriors, to keep thriving while surviving. That's a wrap. Oh, wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, Kenny.
For tuning in, everybody.
Yes. If you're watching this video, please share the video. Please share the video.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys for tuning in.
I'm going to finish it on out, talk to Rochelle, and I'll talk to you guys later.
You guys were really quiet today. It's 6 people, but I guess everybody's learning. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Remember that HPV starts as young as 9 years old. Even though, as Shirley said, your child is not sexually active, you still need to make sure that you're educated on HPV. Anybody that's sexually active, you come in contact with anybody that's sexually active. If you have more than one sex partners, all of that plays a role. It all plays a role, but education is key. Education is key. Prevention, again, prevention is better than treatment. So thank you guys. Thank you, Percy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shirley. That was good. I'm excited. You guys, I met Shirley at a brunch, and this was a brunch for warriors. It was a prayer breakfast brunch. And Shirley got up there, and Shirley started telling her story about being a cervical cancer survivor 2 times, and I was like, I've got to talk to this woman, and oh my God, just to hear the power and the passion in her voice, and you can tell that she wanted to make sure that she got this information out. She came with her stats, and she was giving information, and I said, that's somebody I need to have on my show, because we need to know the information. This show is not just about breast cancer. It's about all different type of cancers and all different type of diseases, like I said, that has the potential to snatch you and disable your life from living a quality life. So we need to make sure that we're knowing our family histories, we know our risks, that we're on top of our screenings, any type of screenings for your particular age group. And we know as African Americans, for some reason, we tend to get everything tends to hit us more aggressively. So we need to make sure that we're on top of everything. Simple things like exercising, eating right. And even if you do all of those things right, sometimes those things still can happen. But you know what? Like Shirley said, put your trust in God. Communicate with God. Talk to Him. Leave it in His hands. And then go on about your business. Don't stress about it. Stress is the #1 killer. We're celebrating heart disease this month. And all of that plays a role. Stress plays a role in heart disease. So just remember that you are living heart healthy. Everything you can do to live heart healthy, minimizing your stress is one of those. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tune in every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on urbanbroadcastmedia.com. You know we do Facebook Live. We do Periscope as well. And make sure you're getting the information that will save your life. Hello, Denise. So I appreciate you guys. If you haven't shared this video already, please share this video. So remember, we always move away from awareness towards taking action. Enjoy your evening.